Alright, well, we're supposed to film this beautiful galaxy, but I don't know where Todd is. He's probably in the office. Let me see. He's on the computer. He's probably on leathercops.com again. What do you have on the screen?
Leathercops.com?
I knew you were on there. They called today to renew your subscription.
They called today to renew your subscription. Oh, God, Frank, what is wrong with you? Anyway, don't I look nice?
What's that? Never mind.
Look, a Wizard of Oz. Look, a Transformers Pro.
Wow.
But we're not looking at that. We are going to take you on a new adventure today. Stern's Galaxy. January of 1980. And we have made this Galaxy into a showpiece. It is just beautiful. Courtesy of Steven, who's back to do all the repaint, and Jason, that did the playfield rebuild, with a whole bunch of new stuff. I want to show you what we did to make this one super special. You know, this game, there we go. This game has one unique feature that was the first in the pinball industry, and you just saw it. That's right, the flash feature. A relay inside the bottom of the machine that is tied into one of the transistors right there, and that busily flashes away all the GI. First game to do it. First game to do it. Great idea, and soon everybody adopted the one relay to flash everything, and then they had one relay to flash the head and two relays to flash two different areas of the playfield. But Stern had it first. That's right. They also put the transformer on the bottom. Now, since I opened it up, you can see how we've rebuilt and cleaned this baby up. It's nice and bright and clean. 3 brand new bridges. These are the big fat ones that Steve from Pinball Resource sells. You know, Frank, I'm not stupid. I could see you panning the camera over. I'm not stupid. You're such a mess. You're such a mess.
Tell us all about the bridges.
Okay.
We have beautiful connectors.
There, look, we put new fuse
clips.
holders, fuses, new connectors. You can buy these connectors from Marco's Specialties. Header pins. It's done. Now I understand also, Frank, you had to take out the knocker coil and clean it. You worked on this too underneath. Everybody gets involved with these machines, it seems. Rebuilt the flippers with brand new end stroke switches. Also brand new links. Steve Young makes these plastic Stern links. Isn't that nice? They are the flipper links. You have to have a new link. Listen, while we're under here, I want to show you what else we did. We added an LED right here that lights up this hole. We changed it to yellow, so now that hole lights up nice and yellowy.
Yellowy?
Yellowy.
Is that a TNT patented
It's actually
term?
it was a dark red, and nothing happened. It was isn't that nice? It's nice. It looks nice. You should turn off the light, Frank. The light disturbs me. First of all, there. That's better. You were going to turn the light back on, weren't you, young man? See? Also, what we did is we put a color. We knocked out the red rollovers here. Okay, they're gone. And we instead put in clear ones. Steve Young sells them. Brand new. We always change these now. They're so cheap, and they look so nice. And they're clear with a color changer under all 3. There's actually 3. There's one up here, too. Color changers. We have super brights lighting the playfield. The plastics were perfect, almost. We have these washers, Lexan washers, that'll protect them forevermore. Look at the color arrangement back here, guys. And that is because Pinball Life has these super bright frosted LEDs. There's green, there's purple, yellow, and isn't that nice? And we have a color changer here and here. And these provide the color for the planet and the center of the galaxy. So we have a planet here, or a moon, in the center of the galaxy. Now back here, we have done our wonders, haven't we, Frank?
Yep.
Now, Stern's logic board uses two 5101s. Absolutely, completely unneeded. They only need one, but they use two. So there they are. We always make sure the contacts are clean. We took all the chips out and burnished them. Look, we put the lithium cell in here with a button battery that's easy to change. We reflowed solder in all the connectors. Here is the soundboard. We put new caps in that. You really have to. The 4 caps there are 35 years old, folks. It's time for new caps. New caps up here in the power supply and the high voltage. And we also reheated these connectors. Obviously, the game had some bulbs out, or bubs, as Wallace calls them. I could use it if I used bubs again. It's been a while since I used bubs. Now, here's a little tip for you. The ribbon cables, Stern did not bother to make even the slightest bit different. They're identical ribbon cables. You just have to make sure when you plug them in that pin 1 on this ribbon cable lines up to pin 1 over here. Now notice they're flipped. How annoying. But they are. So pin 1 here goes all the way over to pin 1 over here, but it feeds in the other side. You also have to make sure you don't move over the pin a couple, otherwise your sound won't work and you'll be sitting there pondering what is wrong, when in fact you simply hooked the ribbon cables up wrong. No big deal, right, Frank?
Nope.
No big deal. Now, Steve Young also sells the caps, brand new caps. He also sells the 4 color targets. You see, each target has a different color star on it. Oh, Frank, I almost forgot. And don't ever get that close again. You scared our viewers.
Got that.
Look, inside.
If I put on the lighters, I'm going to bother you.
Look, I'm using the right finger. Look, the original serial number. It's still being held shut by that staple. Isn't that amazing?
Shut?
Or in. 5119. Isn't that wonderful to know? They made 5,150 of these, I think, Frank. Oh, here's another bit of tidbit. Those computer-controlled targets that we showed you earlier. These, how's that? Is that better? These targets here, it's the second time they were used. The first time was in Stern's Meteor. But Gottlieb's Incredible Hulk, their System 80, 10 prototypes actually used the computer-controlled targets. About the same month. I think they were, you know what, they were October, a month later. So Stern has the first computer-controlled targets. There's our background sensor here. Now look, over here, they're all coordinated, see? So if I hit this target here, I'll get 500 points and I'll spot the blue. Watch. Look at that. Electronic. And there's the yellow. And look, if you dump your ball down the center and you're player 1, when it comes back to player 1, which we don't even play there, when the game drops those babies down again, just like that. Isn't that nice? Pretty clever. Nice stuff. Now, obviously, you can turn the volume down. Now, look, we start at Mercury. If you get the 4 targets down, you're Mercury, and then you advance to the next planet. You want to get all the way around the dial to Pluto, and then to your Sun Special. That doesn't seem hard, but it actually is. But the game has a memory, so it holds over. Also, you want to try to spell Galaxy. G-A-L-A, and then over here, X and Y. Now, very nicely, with the switch flipped in the right mode, if you hit the A, either A, it'll spot you the other A. See, we have it set in easy mode. And there are 2 A's in Galaxy, because you see, when you go up the loop and go into here, you get 2,000 for each of your letters that are lit, plus 3,000 points. Pretty good, huh? Now, your hole up here. If you go in the hole, you get 20,000. And if that's lit, you get 10 times. Or 2,000. Oh, God. Frank. You know, it's late.
Yeah, my pay is
Wednesday night. But look, when I hit this, I can change the volume. So, but of course I can write down the dial. But obviously, you want to bump around up here and roll into that hole when you're at your maximum. Isn't that nice, Frank?
Awesome.
And of course your spinner shot changes your whole score too. That'll also roll that around. Comes back up, you can't go back. It's a one-way gate. Roll right back down again. Now, you already know there's no slingshots, but they moved them up top. That really helps accelerate the ball on the upper level. There are lots more rules. This is a fun game. Now look, spots a target. As long as that's lit, that's an adjustable feature. They're still on, but look. We move to the next planet, Venus. So, I don't even have to hit the targets. Watch. Isn't that neat? It's neat how they score up the points. There's my galaxy. Oh, it bounced in and out. It won't normally do that because we have this little flat surface. This game is so fast. So fast. And it's level, Frank. Come on, baby. There we go. Oh, look, Frank. Didn't even have to kick it out. We got 4 points. Frank, now look. There's our spot X. You want your X and your Y because you'll go down here and you'll see you get your X. Let's see, watch. I'll get my X when it's lit and my Y. See, now I got my X and the Y. All I need is the L. And how's that for dynamite? Now listen, I have a very elaborate video on every possible secret of the game in my Understanding Pinball series. So if you go on YouTube, type in Understanding Pinball Galaxy, and you can see me playing on a machine from 25 years ago. That's when I filmed it. But it does show lots of nice details. Of course, it'll be a regular lit game and not an LCD game like this.
LCD games?
LED.
New LCD bulbs?
Frank, I'm sorry. Look, my son's special is lit, Frank.
Yes.
So we have it set to spot the special at Saturn. You can adjust that too. You don't have to go all the way to Pluto. I'm on Uranus.
Oh, get off.
Uranus?
Cards on this one.
From a suspension bridge to a child's plaything, Brown 25 does the job and does it for less. Brown 25, another fine product from Uranus. At Uranus, things come out a little differently.
Brown 25.
Ugh. All right, wrap it up.
Look at my score, Frank.
The
This is a
glasses
new
on.
high. What that out-hole coil needs adjustment. It's just a little too close. It's not popping off. There we go. I popped too. Oh no, I didn't pop. I got my high. There we go. I did pretty good. High score today. Well, Frank, I've done it again. A record high. I should register that score.
Call
Frank.
Walter Day.
Frank's yawning. Yes, Walter Day, you know about my
I don't know if he
car.
does pinball, though. I think he does videos.
I happen to have one in my pocket. See? Look at
I
that.
should run out of toilet paper.
You've used that joke over and over. I never
yeah, we
repeat
don't
jokes, Frank. I never repeat jokes.
Your videos are jokes. Had 927 jokes.
What's coming? What's coming?
Christmas.
Look, Mars God of War. This is a special paint job here.
That beautiful
Oops.
graffiti.
Can you imagine somebody did this?
How long did
Don't
it take
worry.
Steve to carve all that
That's
into
not
it?
going to look like that when we're done.
I thought Steve carved
Steven
that
hasn't.
into it.
Now, you see this here? This was a measuring tool. This was a Stan Harris machine. And he pop riveted these on every pinball machine he had on his route. And when he put the game to the location, they would put a level on it. And this is the exact level he wanted the legs to be set at. And they actually sometimes welded the leg casters in so they'd be at this exact level. He was very, very particular. Now, if you've been watching our videos, you'll notice that Stephen has completely finished this playfield. This was all worn. You know, a lot of times around the rings they wear out. I've seen people put all kinds of goofy things around the rings. We have restored it to the original color. Now, Stephen will do the final seal, but this machine, this particular game, actually has the factory Mylar still on it, which is very unusual. So we had something good to start with. And you can see all this here. Notice this one display is unplugged. We are preparing a special video for you to show you how to recharge a display that's very dim. So you're going to be seeing that. We'll have that on a separate video. Isn't this nice? The three-dimensional glass displays here, and then normally the soldier fits in here. That will not be the case. We are going to move the soldier or warrior back here, and our customer will never have to worry about breaking it again. He had it used to be sitting on these wretched little clips. It would clip in here, and clip in here. The glass would come out. He'd drop it on the front. Gottlieb sold dozens of new glasses, the inside glass, because people broke them on location. It was the only game to have a glass that came out like that. It was really thin, Frank. It was not a good design.
You had one break here about a year or two ago.
Yes, we did have an inside one break, but that will never happen with this machine. Oh, and look what else is coming. The Elvira and the Party Monsters. That is almost ready. We have new rails coming in. Stephen is working on it in his paint division here. So, and lastly, later this week, a Stupid Mario Brothers playfield. We just ordered new ramps. We did order new ramps. We have the playfield finished on the top part, and we've added a lot of lighting to this. But the rest of the ramps haven't come. We ordered, this one is still available, brand new. This one had the bottom broken out. So we have to, and this one. This is the underside ramp that's always busted. So we will move all this stuff over to that. And of course, Stephen hasn't touched this wretched cabinet yet. Boy, oh boy. Somebody abused this poor game. But soon it will be a work of art. You know, Frank, I think, how about if we, you know what, I'm going to show you Harley Davidson. We filmed it earlier today when I was dressed in my normal garb. Here we go. Here's Harley. Do you see this? Harley Davidson. That we have...
Is it the nicest one on planet Earth?
It's a very nice one. It's not home use only, but it is actually in very good condition. Oh.
Wallace, how dare you work?
We see miracles all the time at our children's hospital. The first smile after surgery.
Come on, Wallace, you got to keep working. We didn't pay the electric bill.
Okay. Parents getting good news.
The lights are on.
They want to shut us down, Wallace. Do you see what he's working on? A customized Excitebike control panel.
Where the miracles are.
Wallace, should we do a quick dance? Oh,
Let
God.
me put the light on because the lights in the building don't work.
1, 2, 3, 4.
He's exhausted.
You know, now let's go up there. Look, see that light there? That is in brand new electronic ballast we put in 2 years ago.
Well, you know the manufacturer is
2
required by state
lousy
law
years.
to fix it for you.
$40 for the ballast, and 2 years later it's out. Now,
It goes out to keep them burning up there.
now look over here.
It saves the life of the bulbs, right?
Yeah, they like
I bought this building 30 years ago. See that fixture and that fixture? It's the original 40-year-old ballast that are still working.
So take
could
that
it
ballast
be
out and put it over there.
that old stuff lasts longer than new stuff? Yes. That is the third electronic ballast that has failed. The good news is
How about the one that was in my diopter that didn't even last a year? Remember we had to replace my diopter.
Everybody wants me. Look, did you notice I set my coffee down on this beautiful Mars God of War. I was going to call it God Mars of War. Now let's get back to the game we started on. Harley Davidson. The game of the future. This is the first edition. Stern made a boatload of these. Great game, but we have dialed this up with a brand new plastic set. The new plastic set is a slightly different color. The original one had so many broken pieces that we just couldn't sell it to this poor guy. So we have dialed this up with a new set, and we've done some extra things. Look, we've lit Sin City with a bendy. Oh, with a bendy. We've also lit our motorcycle with another bendy right over here. See how it's nice and shiny? Isn't that beautiful looking? It's nice. And T-molding. We took out the original black, put the chrome in, and we also have touched up, and wherever possible, the cabinet that needed touch up. Now, do you see these two men here? They are having a stroke.
I only see one.
Well, the other one is there. Look, spin around. There's my Dorian. Yes, Dorian is here again. He's finishing up his, let's see, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This is his 5th day here. 5th day here. Now in this game here, there's an optic here that senses the ball. That opens it up like that. Isn't that sharp? Now, of course, you hope it hits the post and comes back, and then you finally go into it. It swallows the ball, and then fires to the new ball. See, he's revving. Isn't that clever? We go back in for more revving. And then we get our next ball. Now, traffic signal. Sort of reminiscent, of course, of the Getaway.
Destination Boston.
But here, you're going cross country. Tells you how many more miles you need to get. How you can shift gears. Now we're in 2nd gear.
3rd gear.
This is so you can go faster. Did you see what else we did? I had that boy light the hole. Doesn't that look nice? Very, very nice game. Anyway, this game has a vibrator inside, a shaker motor. A shaker motor, not a vibrator. And it's very, very well done. You'll notice our red lights are all crossed, and the game is now ready. We have all 3 lights red. We go here in the center. The red light multi-ball will start. Here we go.
Red light multi-ball.
Now we'll play it. Oh, 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 oh! Of course, you know we have super bright LEDs. We have white and blue on this play field. And then you have your saber here. Bring that up to save your ball. Which I didn't do, that's right. I still have multi-ball because I kept one on the field, Franklin. Am I playing well, Frank? Nice. I like the way it goes around the playfield and shows you everything you've got. Very, very well choreographed game. Back here, button battery.
This year's a long.
Button battery. The latest software, of course. It came in with the first revision. We've reheated these connectors. The display board is very important that you reheat these 2 plugs. They're now cold, and you already know you have to change that plug. You have to. And you have to reheat the 5 volts going in. Otherwise, your display goes on and off and on and off and on and off. Isn't it neat how they were able to license Born to Be Wild on this? God, what would have happened if they didn't?
Living is good.
Yes, we could do that. And of course, I think the very best innovation of Stern had was the coffin lock to lower the head. I always thought that was a great idea. Well, Frank, I think we need to move on to another game.
Yeah, because we're out of film.
Film. Keep watching. Good night. We're done here!